LadyLucidity ASMR. Hello there, my lovelies, and welcome to a festive video. Tonight I'm going to be attempting to make a gingerbread house. Now, I've always wanted to try and make one of these, but I've always been too scared to do it until now. So this is the Gingerbread House Baking Kit by Baked In, and this contains all the decorations and icing that I'm going to need, apparently. Now, this is an £8 kit from Amazon, so I'm not exactly expecting it to be 5 stars, but I might be pleasantly surprised, who knows, we will see. It does have a very extensive instruction list on the back, and it tells me my prep time and assembly. So this kit does not contain any pre-made bits of gingerbread. It's all in ingredient form, so you'll see here on the side it has a list of bags and items. Okay, so it tells me what I will need on the side there. So let's open this up and see what we have inside. Okay, just open this side here. Okay. It's a little bit fiddly to try and open up. So, as I said, this is my first ever time trying to create one of these, so please, go easy on me. But in here we have some sweets. They look like hard-boiled sweets, and that's bag number 3. We have some, looks like Smarties, chocolate covered sweets, and I guess there'll be our decorations. And what else do we have? We have this really big fluffy bag. This is bag number 4. I think this might be our flour, potentially, or our icing sugar. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is bag number 2, and this looks a bit more like flour to me. It feels a bit more thicker as well, so I think that's our flour mix, and then we have our bag of icing sugar as well. Okay, and then we've got our dark sugar, or brown sugar, which is really essential if you're making gingerbread, that I've noticed from watching recipes. Okay, and then we should have some instructions in here. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to the side. We have a baking bag, very useful. I'm guessing that's to pipe your fancy icing on later. There's a random plastic bag here. Not sure what that's for. It might be for maybe smashing up the boiled sweets in for melting. I'm not sure. Of course, we've got some baking paper. Very, very useful. And these must be our templates. Okay, so yep, it says you need 2 of each of them, and then I'm guessing the others are decorations. So yeah, side panels and 2 of the front panels. So that seems pretty straightforward. And then obviously you can put your window in as well. So I think what I need to do next is probably cut these out and decide whether I'm going to add some decorations like the tree or the cones or the gingerbread man. I'm not sure. I'll have a think, but first we need to get our ingredients all together. So I have my dry ingredients here and some melted butter, which is 165 I believe according to the box. And I'm just gonna mix this in. I do love mixing, it's so therapeutic. So as I'm mixing this, it should turn like a mid-dark brown colour, hopefully. And it also says on the box to add a little bit of water and 1 egg white. So I did do that away from camera in my kitchen. But as you can see, once it's pretty much mixed together all fully, I'm going in with my hands and I'm just going to help break this up a little bit. I can't resist getting my hands dirty. So let's just make sure everything is mixed in, because I can see some flour right at the bottom there. Yeah. Okay. It almost feels like that kinetic play sand, I guess. It's very, very weird, but I enjoy mixing stuff by hand. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I just really like the tactile sensation of mixing baking ingredients with my hands. Okay, so now this is all mixed together. I'm just going to refer back to my box and let's see what it has to say. Okay, so mix or spice bags, yep, done that. Line your baking trays with the provided pieces of A4 baking paper. Okay, so I'm going to go and preheat my oven in a little bit, and while that's heating up I'm going to separate my mixture, because it does say on the box to halve your mixture, so I'm going to go do that now. There's a lot here, so I wouldn't be surprised if I had some left over. Okay, I think that's about half. Okay, so next we're going to flatten this out, and I'm going to put a bit of greaseproof paper over the top, and we're going to roll this out so it's nice and even. And I've just realised I've hit a snag here. So my baking tray has a lip, which means that the rolling pin isn't flattening it out properly. So I'm just going to gently transfer it off for a minute. Grab my rolling pin and give it a good roll out. Much better. And then any excess I will cut off and add to the side that needs it. Okay, so that's feeling pretty good and flat. Okay, just roll that edge out there. I want to try and get it as nice and even as I can. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So we have got a bit of a gap, so what I'm going to do is to thicken this end, I'm going to cut this excess off here, and we'll just smush you onto the ends and then re-roll. Okay, there we go. Just roll that out. Lovely. Okay, so once my piece is rolled out and I'm happy with it, I'm then going to put it back on my baking tray and obviously remove the bit of baking paper from the top. Okay, to make sure it fits. And then next stage is to cut out my templates. So I'm going to go away and cut those out, and then we can draw around them. So let's see, what bit shall I start with? Let's start with the main panels, I think. So I was right. The little bag that the set comes with is for crushing up these gems here. My oven is nice and hot, so my gingerbread panels can go straight in and get to baking. I had a bit left over, so I decided to make a Christmas tree and a little makeshift chimney for myself. So my lovelies, my gingerbread house is all finished, and I'm going to do a reveal for you guys so you can see it. So this is what we were looking to make, and this is what I made. Hello my lovelies. So before I can reveal this house to you guys, I just want to tell you a little story. So I did have several accidents making this house. When I got my pieces out of the oven, I let them all cool and they looked perfect, and then I tried to glue them together using the icing sugar, which was a complete fail. After nearly 2 hours of bits breaking, me trying to glue them back together again, I then realised that I had my side panels on the wrong way round. So what you're about to see is what I had to sort of fuddle together to make. So this is definitely not like the box, I will warn you now. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so here it is. You can hold your applause, I can tell you guys are impressed. So, we had several issues, but I think I've managed to make something that looks vaguely like a gingerbread house, or should I say a gingerbread hut. So unfortunately I couldn't have the pointed roof that I wanted, so I had to make a flat roof, and I made my little chimney, as you can see here. He's a bit chunky, it's a bit of a chunky house, but I still managed to get some details in. So we have our lights going around our Christmas tree, and along the wall edge here you can see I've got some snow icing, so I managed to get that on. And although my window is the wrong way round, it looks pretty cool, I think. The gem sweets look pretty good as well along the top. And I've done some snow on the top of the structure. I have my icing string lights, and I even made a 3D door. So Mr. Gingerbread Man here has a door to get in and out of his house, and the spare gingerbread is some firewood because it's obviously very, very snowy and cold here, so he needs his gingerbread firewood. So I'll just show you the detail a bit more. A few of the sweets have come off, but I am not over exaggerating when I tell you how fiddly this was to do and how much icing sugar I used. So although I am very, very happy that I managed to make something out of this gingerbread, I am definitely going to say that this might just be first time fail, potentially. I think if I reread the instructions to the letter, I might do a lot better next time. So I've not ruled out making gingerbread for now, and in the end this did actually end up being really tasty. My little boy was very keen on eating the chocolate covered tree, so it can't be all bad. And for £8 it's actually a pretty good kit. I would recommend it for beginners, even though obviously I did go a bit off the book so to say, but I'm very keen to actually try this again. So who knows, in the new year or next Christmas, maybe Yule time, I might try doing more gingerbread, but maybe something a bit simpler. So overall, 5 out of 5 for tastiness, and probably a 2 out of 5 for actual construction. So this was how not to make a gingerbread house ASMR. I hope you guys still enjoyed the video regardless of the monstrosity that I made. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video.